Hey guys, this is Megan from You Go To Be Kidding, and somebody is not where he belongs. This is Oak. He is our mini La Mancha buck, and he is supposed to be out in his electric fence, but he's decided he doesn't want to be. So it is just about breeding season. He seems to be going into rut, and I think that's part of our problem. So today I wanted to kind of share about what our plans are for the fall and for breeding season and how our goats have been doing. So this is Oak. He is our buck, and then River, our not goat goat over here. She has been doing really well, but he is out and about. So what I did is I hooked him up to our mineral feeder. This is this mineral buffet system we have been using, and I made a video about it a few weeks ago when we had just started, and it has been going really, really well. So I actually do a little mini update on our mineral system, and since he's up here, I'm giving him a chance to get some of them. And I wish you could smell through the camera because it is officially, breeding season. He is in rut. He smells lovely with all of the sarcasm I can muster. And I need to make sure I keep him away from the ladies until I am ready for him to do his job. But he is looking really good. I don't like to pet him because when he is in rut, because he smells bad. But he is a really great goat. He is very friendly. He's easy to handle. And he's good looking too, huh, Oak? So the ladies are all behind me. They're hanging out on the rocks, which is super fun. There's some rocks over there under the trees. And I wanted to go over and show you them, give you an update on how they've been doing with their coats and the minerals that we've been doing. They're all looking so good. And talk about who I'm going to breed, who I'm going to wait on, and what I'm hoping to accomplish this year. This would be perfect if you all stay put. Hello, ladies. All right. They're so cute. So Tansy and her daughter, Marigold, are right there. Maple and her little tan doeling Cypress are there. Ivy is sleeping next to Clover and Iris. And then Wisteria here in front with her daughter Eclipse, and then Cedar is all alone because her baby that we kept was a boy. So plans. Miss Tansy here. She could be bred. Back in June, we sometimes run the boys with the girls during the summer because that makes our lives a lot easier. We have one group. We don't have to mess with anybody. And it works out really well because they have not historically gone into heat in the summer. They have historically been like La Manchas and only gone into heat in the fall. But Miss Tansy here stood for Oak. Thankfully we saw it. And she's starting to look pretty round. So it is highly possible that Miss Tansy is already bred. That would have happened on June 23rd, which puts her as a November due date. That would actually be pretty exciting because that would give us winter milk, which we've never had before. So Tansy is kind of my up in the air. If she is bred, it was unexpected, but also kind of helpful. So we'll see how that plays out. She's not quite far enough along for me to be able to tell for sure. She has not dried up, but she's only at about the 2-month mark, and I usually see my girls dry up at about the 3-month mark. So in a month I'll be able to tell you whether I think she's pregnant or not. And then we've got this whole crew. So this year I do not plan on breeding my yearlings, any of the babies. I've done that in the past, and some of them have been big enough and I felt like they were ready to go, but I was not happy with how they did. Now Maple I did breed as a yearling, and Wisteria I bred as a yearling as well, and they both did great and their babies have done well. Hello, Miss Tansy. Hello, girl. So I'm happy with them, but I was not happy overall, and so I'm going to wait on all these yearlings. And so I think the hardest part is going to be keeping Oak away from these ladies, because he does get out of his electric fence when he's in rut. It's not usual. He doesn't do it all the time, but he has figured out some way of getting, I think he's actually getting under the fence, which is crazy. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's trouble. So other than Tansy, oh, thank you, girl. Other than Tansy, my main milking mamas this year are Miss Wisteria here, and Maple in the back, and Ivy. Tansy is rubbing on my arm and knocking the camera. Hello! You guys are so cute. Hello, Marigold. Are you saying hi too? Hello. You're very sweet. Tansy, I am not your scratching post, girl. I'm not, no. This is the trouble with goats. They're very friendly. I really have enjoyed them. They get a bad rap, but I actually really like them. And they have served our family really, really well. So, another vote for goats. Anyway, oh my goodness, she's not going to stop rubbing on my arm, and it's going to be impossible to hold this camera. Girl, I stole her spot, I guess. Ugh. There you go. All right, so Wisteria, Maple, and Ivy are up to be bred. Cedar here is the one that has been really struggling with worms, and so we're going to keep her. I will probably breed her, but then I'm going to be looking to sell her and move her on to a different farm that manages their goats a little bit differently than us. If she is not thriving on our no wormer things, we rotate pastures almost daily, every couple of days anyway, and if that's not working for her, then that's okay, but we want to find her a home that she's going to thrive at. So Cedar is going to be out of play for us, which is a bummer because she is such a sweet goat, but sweet does not count for everything. So oh my goodness, I wish that I could show you what's happening while I'm talking. You two are very cute, but also like super obnoxious right now. Hello. Oh, now you're gonna pee. Thank you. All right, so I keep saying Maple and Wisteria and Ivy, and I am getting to the point. I have to decide who I want to breed in order. I really like having kids in like late winter, very early spring, before all the rain comes. If I wait and have kids born in April and May, then the ground is super wet and super rainy, and that is really hard on their health. And so it is better for me, at least in my experience here, it has been better for me to have them a little bit earlier in the year when it's still cold. I do have to make sure I'm there for the birth and make sure that they get warm, but it's been a lot easier to manage things like coccidia and other things that can affect the babies. So I usually breed the beginning of October, and that gives me an end of February kidding time. And I'm trying to consider whether I want to stagger their breedings, because if I breed them all in October, they all dry up in milk at the same time, because they all got bred at the same time. So paying attention to Tansy, that's going to be a game changer. If Tansy is really bred now and gives me winter milk for the first time ever, then I am definitely going to be free to breed my other three ladies all at the same time and to have the kiddings close together. Another consideration for managing kiddings like that is the age of the babies. It can be really hard to manage two groups of babies. Marigold and Clover and Iris are older than Eclipse and Cypress by 4 to 6 weeks, something like that. And when they're young, that difference makes it is actually a pretty big difference when they're so little. Anyway, it can be a management issue to have them that far apart. So I think I would like to have everybody closer together. I think that will help me and help our logistics here on the farm. At this point, it doesn't matter. They're all so cute. And I am looking forward to next year when I get to breed some of these babies. I'm excited about how these girls are growing up and how they're looking. They're looking good. Their moms are looking good. It's kind of fun. I'm trying to improve things like health. Miss Tansy here is my sturdiest, healthiest goat, and so I want to kind of mix her in with some other ones. Oak has been super healthy and super great, so I'm excited with him as a dad. The other thing is an update is the minerals. That's what I kind of started on, the mineral update. So Tansy's coat here is absolutely spotless. She looked pretty good before. But it's Ivy that I want to show you. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you Ivy's fur and how it's grown out. And show you how we're working on getting these babies up to the mineral feeder. Because at first they couldn't figure it out. They didn't know what to do. All right. So all these ladies look really good. Maple is excellent. Her coat has been awesome. Cedar is looking really, really good. Wisteria is soft and good. Everybody is looking great. Now I'll show you actually on Iris here. So black goats tend to get that red coloring when they're missing minerals. Often it's copper, and Ivy had that all along her legs, kind of like Iris does here. So Iris has it in the back of her thigh and then along her spine as well. And so I've been getting her up to the mineral feeder, and the babies are just figuring out how to use it. And so each day we'll be intentional about getting them up there, and I expect that to clear up in time. But Ivy, so we are about 4 weeks past when we started. I'll double check that time. But this is Ivy now. Hello, girl. What a great look. You're so cute. These poor black goats do get very hot. But she used to have that red all along her spine and all down the back of her thigh. And it is all gone. She is soft, she is smooth and shiny and sleek, and all that red is gone. And I didn't clip her. I was going to, but it all pretty much shedded out, which was awesome. But these guys are so cute. Hello, Miss Ivy. She is doing so well. She seems to still struggle with worms. This has been a super rough season. I actually plan on making a video about how we manage worms naturally here. Y'all are just walking on top of each other. But at the moment, everyone is doing really well. I really like how they look. We actually have a little bit of a dry spell here, and that's probably a good thing for the goats. But this was my little update. The minerals are working great. I'm really happy with them. I'm happy with how the goats look. I'm excited for breeding season. I'm actually super excited at the possibility that Tansy might be pregnant already. That would be so cool to have winter milk. And otherwise, the young ones are looking good, but they get a season off before we'll breed them. And girls like Wisteria, I'm excited to see how she does as a second freshener. Alrighty, so the last thing up for me this morning is to go take care of Oak and make sure he gets back with the boys. And yeah, so when it is rut season, you do have to be a little bit more careful with the boys in electric fences. I think it's just ours that figured out that he can push under that very bottom strand is not electrified. And so we're trying to figure out something that will help us actually using copper in some kind of collar. I don't know, we've got to experiment with that and make sure it is safe for him. But that is what we're working with. The summer, just long hot days and goats hanging out and the same old routine. But it's already time to start thinking about next year's babies, and that's always a fun thing to be doing. So if you have any questions or comments, I'm always love to hear them down below. And otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.